Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our second to last installment of the top 10 Seahawks of all time. Today we have number 2. Last episode we did number 3. Go check it out if you missed it. It was Steve Largent. This episode we have the second greatest Seahawk of all time, in our opinion, and that is current quarterback Russell Wilson. Just a little backstory on Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is the personal reason that I became a Seahawks fan. He is by far my all-time favorite Seahawk, but it's not biased for me to say that he is 100% one of the best Seahawks players of all time. He is by far our best quarterback of all time. And in the less than 50-year history of the Seattle Seahawks, he has won the only Super Bowl. He's been to another one. And since we drafted him with the 75th overall pick, in 2012, he has done nothing but absolutely dominate. He was dropped into one of the best divisions in the NFL, the NFC West, and all he has done is win, 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 win. Throughout his first 9 seasons, he set the record for the most quarterback wins throughout that time, has only missed the playoffs once, has never had a losing season. They went 8-8 one season. So just the pillar of winning. He's done it with some really great teams like the Marshawn Lynch, Legion of Boom Seahawks. He's done it with some bad teams like a couple years ago when he was our leading rusher on our team and he was doing literally everything out there and the defense was bad. And the playoffs a couple years ago when we didn't have a running back until we brought back Marshawn Lynch. He does it all. He wins. He makes amazing, amazing plays, has had some of the best throws I've ever seen in my life. So to talk about our criteria, legacy, best Seahawks quarterback of all time, won us the only Super Bowl, got us to another Super Bowl, the comeback. I think one of the big things with Russell Wilson, whenever the Seahawks are playing and they're down, you have to watch the fourth quarter because Russell Wilson is going to pull us back. He's going to get us in the game. He's going to convert that fourth down. He's going to march us down the field, and he's going to put us in the best position to win the game. Legacy is through the roof. Team success, through the roof. Super Bowls, winning every single year, and stats, which Sam's going to get into right now, they're also phenomenal as well. So, Sam, what do you got for me?
So Russell Wilson, Seahawks all-time leading passer, 7-time All-Pro. I believe he was a 7-time Pro Bowler. 1-time All-Pro, I believe. Last year, he was a second-team All-Pro not last year, the year before, behind Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Throughout his career, just about 3,400 yards. He's like 50 yards away from 3,400. 65% completion percentage. Has a 98-45 record, which is great.
2 times as many wins as losses. That's incredible.
Yeah, you want to, you want to hear about, Mr. Unlimited himself.
Whew.
5'11", everybody was doubting him.
Yep.
Man, and people are talking about how they're concerned how he might not be able to see over the O-line. Maybe he can't. See where he's throwing the ball. He might throw a lot of interceptions. 267 touchdowns to 81 interceptions throughout his career. 81 interceptions through what is about 9 seasons of play.
That's less than 10 a year.
Yeah. And, last year was the most that he's ever had with 13. That's
not even won a game.
That's good to have for someone who, if that's your career high, that's a good number to have.
Right.
So career ties and touchdowns, he's had 34-plus touchdowns, actually just 30-plus touchdowns 5 times. As I said, a 7-time All-Pro, Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner.
The reigning Walter Payton Man award, yep.
Yep. And, as I said, the whole, every Seahawks passing record possible. Just an ultimate story, the ultimate kind of underdog in a way.
Mm-hmm.
This guy he does everything right, it seems, and it makes a lot of sense why he's at number 2 on the list, even at the point of his.
You mentioned Russell Wilson being the ultimate underdog, and I think the number one story that exemplifies that is when he was drafted. So for those who don't remember, or for those who just don't know, during the 2012 offseason, the Seahawks signed former Packers backup Matt Flynn to just this massive deal, because in week 17 of 2011, Aaron Rodgers didn't play. The Packers were super good. Matt Flynn threw 6 touchdowns in that one game that he started. He won a national championship in high school. People were like, this guy is legit. Seahawks signed him to a huge contract, and he never started a game. And that just goes to show you that a third-round rookie who is undersized just beat out Matt Flynn right from the jump. And it's just unbelievable. And when you think about it, it's just unbelievable. He's done nothing but win. He makes the team around him better. That's a quality that, just some people don't have. He just makes dudes around him better. They play better. Russell Wilson is just awesome. And for anybody who knows anything about football, you don't really need us to tell you that Russell Wilson is awesome. But in terms of Seahawks players, we have him as the second best Seahawks player of all time. And if you've been paying attention to other videos, by default who we have at number 1.
We're not going to say it.
We're not going to say who it is because we
have to go back and find it.
We want more watch time, right?
If you are like a true, legitimate, in-depth Seahawks fan, you will know who number 1 is by this point, just because he hasn't been on the list.
Yeah.
Personally, I think he's very well deserving of it, and we're going to be talking about that next time. But we appreciate y'all for watching. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and hit that bell to be notified about every Seahawks video we release. Subscribe to the podcast where you get your podcast, whether that's Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, anything. It's there. So just subscribe to it and
comment. What do you think about Russell Wilson at number 2?
Yeah, comment if you do know who's number 1. Comment what you think about number 1, or you can do that when number 1 releases if you don't know who it is. So
tomorrow you guys will see number 1 for sure.
Yep. And we'll see y'all next time.
See you for the finale next episode.